What's going on, guys? I only got 5 minutes left on this thing. All right, let's get to it. We're just gonna get straight to it. In the book of Psalms today. I haven't did Psalms in a while. That's all. That's the only chapters, type of books I used to stay in. But we're in Psalms. We back here, and this is about casting down the wicked. God is going to cast down the wicked, and He's been casting down the wicked for generations, and nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. No matter what you may have discovered, just discovered, there's nothing new under the sun. And nothing, I'm telling you. Only thing new is the level of darkness. That's the only thing new. The level of darkness and evil that has increased. And God said the judgment will be more grievous for us, more than it was for Sodom and Gomorrah, more than Tyre and Zidon. So of course wickedness was increasingly wicked back then. During the time when Noah was like him and the ark, him and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and everyone else that was connected, him and the animals, all his flock, all the sheep, all the birds and all that, they was in the ark. They were preserved, during the flood. But the wickedness of the wicked, all the giants, all, even the demons, he destroyed them from off the earth. And he was only preserved. So those type of things can happen again. It might not be a flood. God said He's not going to bring a flood, but this time it'll be fire. It will be fire. So the people that are that's not with God and that's against Him, they will be cast into the flames. And as far as you and me, the children of God, the devil wants to drag us with them. So of course, you ever heard the movie Drag Me to Hell? If you ever seen that movie, of course we should. As believers in Christ, I want to make this so clear to y'all. We shouldn't watch movies like that. Of course, when we ignorant, we think this, we take it for a joke to watch those type of movies. Because to be honest, you don't know the spirits that are on these movies and the people that make these movies, these directors. If they're so comfortable with making demonic movies like that, what makes you think that they're not comfortable with worshiping some type of thing? Come on, that means they're most likely going to be worshiping or not believes in Christ. Because a person that's a believer in Christ and that's a child of God is not going to be into that type of setting. They're not going to find joy in creating anything like that. So that's wicked in itself. So drag you to hell. So with me saying that drag you to hell, they can drag you to hell just by watching movies like that. So of course you got people that like to watch nothing but horror movies, and they wonder why they feel cursed. They're watching demonic movies. The spells in those movies, and you don't know what type of thing, dark, evil, that they type of ritual they're doing before they do these movies. I'm telling you. And there's many people who have died. You've seen many celebrities that have died after making certain type of horror movies, and you see them become like turn into something that they weren't before they made those before they filmed those type of movies, when they was in those movies. So yeah, we need to just stay far away from it. But no, I'm in the book of Psalms 18. Let me make it short. And it says in my distress I called upon the Lord and cried unto my God. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled, and the foundations also in the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. There went up out of his nostrils, fire out of his mouth, devoured, coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and he came down, and darkness was under his feet. He rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place, and his pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds in the skies. So this is King David, and of course he's talking about his enemies that, compass him about. And that's the same thing with you and me. When our enemies surrounded us, God will, even spiritual enemies, because spirits is what control, influence people. So even God will come in as a cloud for you. He will come in a spirit and send his angels, and he will discomfort your enemies in the physical and in the spiritual. He said coals of fire. So even though you can't see into the spirit, he is shooting fire and consuming your enemies. And it says sorrows of death, sorrows of hell. So sometimes people that in life that have got out of life and death situations, and God has showed them the supernatural strength and power, that he is real. And sometimes God has to put you in a life and death situation to show you that he is real. Because sometimes we doubt God's existence, especially because we go through such horror and hardship. So God has to put you in a situation to show that he's real. So that's all I got. And God will even answer by fire. He will answer through the elements of the earth. He can answer by the wind. He can answer through many things to let you know He's there with you. So that's all I got. God bless you guys. Peace. I love y'all.